Hello everybody! Today's video is going to be a little bit different. You might notice I have no shaker, no mixing glass, no ice, nothing like that. We are celebrating 100 followers on Facebook, so I let you guys pick what I was going to do today. I put out a poll on whether you wanted me to do a fancy whiskey tasting or a shots video, and as soon as I posted, I knew exactly what one was going to win. I was correct, so we are doing a shots video today. I've got 5 shots lined up. I'll show you how to make all 5 of them. They're all pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated, no special equipment. And at the end, I'm gonna line them all up and taste all of them and see how they are and let you know what I think. If you stay till the end, then you get to watch me kind of suffer through that, but it's for you guys. You guys have been helping me a lot to get to 100 followers, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, and I hope that you enjoy this video. So our first shot today is the Jaeger Bomb. Some people don't think this is technically a shot because of how big it is. I personally think it is because it's 1 shot of alcohol and you're supposed to drink it as fast as you can. So we're gonna be calling it a shot for today, and here's how you make it. If you've got the 8.4 ounce can of Red Bull, you just open it up, pour it into a big glass, pour about half of the can, just eyeball it. I'm not gonna measure really any of these today. So about half the can, that feels about good. And then take your shot glass, pour in 1 shot of Jaeger. And this is getting very low, I'm gonna have to replace that soon. And when you are ready to take the shot, you take your Jaeger and you drop it in, or you could pour it into the Red Bull, and then you just drink it as fast as you can. I'm not doing that yet though, because I'm gonna make all of them and then take them all at the end, so we're just gonna hold on tight for now. This one I'm not too excited about. This is called the Pickleback. I think it's intended to be the same idea as taking like a lime and salt after a tequila, like a cheap tequila shot. Because good tequila, you don't need that. And good whiskey, you don't need that. But cheap whiskey, you might need something to help wash that bad flavor away. And apparently pickle juice works very well. So I've got like the cheapest whiskey I own. It's like $8 a bottle. And a jar of pickles. And this is a very simple drink. So you just have 1 shot of your cheapest whiskey possible. And I'll try not to make a mess here. And do a shot of pickle juice, and maybe we'll even have some fun. Have like a pickle garnish on the pickle juice, and it's intended that you take the shot of whiskey and then follow with the shot of pickle juice to just completely wash out all of the bad flavor of the whiskey. So, never had this before, we'll see how it is later. Next, we're doing the Alien Brain Hemorrhage. You could also do the Brain Hemorrhage. They're slightly different, and I'll talk about that. I'm using a pour spout. It just slows down how fast the liquid comes out of the bottle, so it doesn't all just dump out at once. And you don't need this. It helps, but it's not necessary. And then I'm also going to use a spoon to help float the blue curacao and the Irish cream on top of the rest of the drink. But yeah, let's get started. So you start by adding in about 3/4 of the shot glass with peach schnapps. Not specific science here. I'm actually going to do the Irish cream next. You could use Bailey's. You might notice from my videos I'm very cheap and don't get name brand, I get store brand. So this is Carolyn's Irish cream. So you put the spoon right on top of the peach schnapps and then slowly pour the Irish cream, and it should just kind of sit right on top. The Alien Brain Hemorrhage, you put in blue curacao, and you should use Rose's grenadine. And when it goes in, it sinks to the bottom, and it makes like a really cool visual of the blue and the red, and you'll see that in a sec. And usually I don't use Rose's because it doesn't taste great, but it's supposed to be a grenadine, and grenadine is like a pomegranate syrup, but it doesn't have any pomegranate flavor, but it has the red color that you need for this drink, so it's kind of necessary. Normally, homemade grenadine looks like this, and Rose's is a very much more attractive color, but this tastes way better. So if color or the look doesn't matter, use homemade or a better quality than Rose's, but color matters for this one. So we're using this, and you just pour it on in. And then next you add in blue curacao, do the same thing. It should pour down some of the Irish cream and add a cool blue and red swirl. So next is just a 2-ingredient shot, and when I first heard about it, I thought it was crazy. It's called the Tootsie Roll shot. Then I tried it, and it really does taste like a Tootsie Roll. The aftertaste from after you swallow tastes exactly like when you swallow a Tootsie Roll and that flavor is left behind. Don't know how it works. The ingredients don't go together, but it really does work. And super simple, equal parts. Pour about half of the shot glass with Kahlua. And then the weird one, we need the other half orange juice. Doesn't make any sense. I cannot explain it, but that's what it is. I don't know. It works. So I'm gonna put in, make a mess, the other half. With orange juice. After that, you just stir it a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. And that's the Tootsie Roll shot. So this is our last shot for the day. You might notice by the ingredients, we got cherry brandy and cherries. My wife and I came up with this one together. Mainly my wife. So the one night, she wanted a cherry drink. I felt like making a shot, so I figured vanilla vodka, cherry brandy, those two flavors go together, they'd be good. So I made it for her, and before she even drank it, she's like, I want cherries in it. And I was like, all right. So I put some cherries in the glass. She's like, I want more cherries in it. So I added in 6 cherries into the shot glass. There was hardly any actual alcohol in it, and she loved it. So I'm not gonna go that far. I'm gonna see how many fit, but all right. So we are gonna have cherry brandy, and that again, very cheap. This is not actual cherry brandy, it's cherry flavored brandy, but I'm gonna do about a quarter of the glass. You might notice that the glass is a little bit bigger. That's to fit all the cherries. It's not all gonna be alcohol, I promise. Now add about the same amount of vanilla vodka. That's probably good. And now put in some cherry juice and as many cherries as you want, according to my wife. So we've got 2, we'll do 4 and some juice. And stir that a little bit. And that's that. We don't have a name for this one, so if you can think of something, let me know in the comments. Alright, so we're gonna get started with what will probably be the most enjoyed part of the video. We're gonna go from the Jaeger all the way to the cherry shot. And I will say before I start, the Jaeger bomb, if you decide to drop the shot glass into the bigger glass instead of pour it in, be careful because the shot glass will come back at your face if you try drinking it too fast, and it can even break your teeth. So really do be careful. Either just pour the glass in, or do what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna put a finger in and hold the shot glass down so it can't come at me. So just be careful, please. So we'll get started with the Jaeger Bomb. I've had one of these before. They're pretty good, but we'll see. Alright. So, Jaeger Bomb, Jaeger and Red Bull surprisingly work well together, but I'm not a huge fan of Red Bull, so I would prefer just like Jaeger and Monster or something, I don't know. But that one's pretty good. Definitely, caffeine will help you get through the night, so it's good. And the one I'm least excited about is the Pickleback. I know that this whiskey's not great, even in a cocktail it's not great. So having it straight's gonna be even better. Alright. Oh. Surprisingly a lot better than I was expecting. The pickle really did like completely drown out the really cheap whiskey flavor, so that was a pleasant surprise. So that was good. Now, Alien Brain Hemorrhage, pretty cool one. I'm hoping that the Irish cream didn't curdle. Alright. Oh, it did a little bit. That was really sweet and peachy. The texture wasn't great. This one I've had before. And like I said, it's surprisingly Tootsie Roll flavor, so this one I'm a little excited for. It's like I remember. The initial taste is a little like acidic from the orange juice, but as soon as you swallow, the aftertaste is exactly Tootsie Roll. Don't know how it works, but it's actually really good. And the Behemoth, my wife's favorite, cherry shot. I'm hoping I can eat all of those cherries in one go. Maraschino cherry, that's about it. It's a good one though. Yeah, it's tasty. Can't go wrong with maraschino. It's not all you taste, but it's good. So, least favorite was probably the Alien Brain Hemorrhage, because it curdled. I'm wondering if I took it immediately, if it wouldn't have. I don't know if it's sitting there for a little bit did, but it was also really sweet, so it wasn't my favorite. I'll say the Pickleback really surprised me. It was a lot better than I was expecting. But I think my favorite might have actually been the cherry shot, which my wife is mocking me right now behind the camera. But you can't go wrong with maraschino cherry juice in anything. So it's good. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments, and maybe we can do something similar to this, maybe not quite as torturous to me. But let me know if you like it, and yeah, I hope to hear from you again soon, and I can't wait to share a sip with you in the next video.